Hello everybody, this is Crypto News Digest. Analysis. BTC Day Chart. The price showed a strong increase until the zone of offering, which had high probability that sellers would become more active in this zone. The volumes in the uptrend were high and thus the demand was maintained. However, in the offering zone, 4,100 to 4,200, the price was abruptly bought off, and the size of the spread and the volume accompanying it clearly show that there are a large number of static and dynamic sell orders. The price was led to the nearest support level, where the price was able to meet the existing demand on the market. And so far the price wasn't allowed to go lower, thereby accumulating the position at the level. After accumulation, it is likely the price is going to test the zone 4,100 to 4,200 again, and if the offer remains so high, then the distribution to the level of 3,400 to 3,500 will be followed, which is most likely to happen. With a breakthrough of 4,200 and consolidating higher, it is worth considering on purchasing an asset, but given the global downtrend, the probability of a breakdown of 4,200 is minimal. ETH chart day. On very strong downtrend within the daily chart, the flat was formed at the moment. It is noteworthy that the level of 167 had first become a strong support zone, and then was followed by the breakthrough, while at the same time the breakthrough was on the impulse and on the volume, which only strengthened this zone. When the price approached this level, but from below, it became a very strong mirror zone of the offer, which was confirmed by the high point volumes. When retesting the resistance level, there was also an output of extremely high volume and sharp rollback down to the nearest demand zone observed, where exactly at the moment the price is accumulating. Considering the global downtrend, strong offering zone with a confirmed availability of a large number of static sell orders, it is still worth considering ETH only for sale, but as soon as price 167 is broken through and consolidates higher, only in this case it makes sense to consider buying of this asset, but for now only sales are active. LTC chart day. At the moment, there is a correction movement within the global downtrend. The local uptrend was followed by the coming out of extremely high volumes on the up bars, and before the last upward movement, a shakeout could also be observed, then followed by an upward price movement. The price finally reached the zone of the last long accumulation that was followed by a rather large and long distribution. The volumes indicate that there is offer in this zone, but so far demand exceeds offering volume, therefore selling should not be considered yet. But at the same time, it is too late for buying, because the direction of liquidity here can change in any point, and all demand will be engulfed. For this asset, it is necessary to wait for some trading results and observe the volumes in order to understand in which direction the liquidity is directed, and which direction to place order accordingly. XRP chart day. Accumulation is observed for this asset, and the price is squeezed in the corridor. However, after analyzing the chart, you can draw the following conclusions. The trend is downward. In the background, before this accumulation, you can observe uptrust on a high volume that happened right below the resistance level, respectively. In this case, the offer exceeds demand. You can also observe how the volumes appear at the upper border of consolidation, and also the upper border line is a mirror level of resistance within a downtrend. From this, we can summarize that the probability of a downward movement is much higher than that of an upward movement. Therefore, it is worth on considering selling this coin. Dash Core Group forced to reduce staff under crypto winter. The company behind the development of cryptocurrency Dash announced a reduction of staff by 8% due to ongoing crypto winter. Dash Core Group DCG CEO Ryan Taylor announced at the end of last month that the company decided to dismiss 8% of the total team size in order to cut costs and bring them in line with the budget. Personnel department and the 2 employees from strategy department are going to be the sacrificed pawn, as well as the business development team will also take the hit. Layoffs have become the last resort for DCG to stay afloat. In addition, several employees voluntarily agreed to pay cuts and cancel additional payments in order to keep the company in a period of difficult financial condition. In addition, in the past 6 months, the company made a rule prohibiting on hire new employees. After the personnel, changes will come into force on March 7th. DCG will have plans on applying operational changes in its business functions. For example, responsibilities related to human resources will be transferred to the firm's financial director, Glenn Austin. Taylor himself will be leading strategic projects and he will have key role in business development. It is worth noting that in December last year, Taylor argued that the DCG business is sustainable, not risking closing in the near future, and in the foreseeable future, no significant staff reductions are expected. We have a significant buffer to resist the influence of the bottom of the market whenever that happens, he commented that time. Samsung Galaxy S10 crypto wallet may not have Bitcoin support. Smartphone Samsung Galaxy S10 out of the box will not support Bitcoin, but will work with Ethereum. This is reported by reviewers also acquainted with the device, the official release of which is scheduled for March 8th. And they also confirmed the device has in it a software for interacting with keys in blockchains called Blockchain Key Store. It looks like the Samsung Galaxy S10 crypto wallet will not support Bitcoin at the launch. For some time, there's only Ethereum in it, posted Twitter user under handle name CRN in the commentaries on the video of his full review of the Galaxy S10 functionalities. It is unknown whether ERC20 tokens will be supported in the wallet, but it should be expected to be implemented, given the intention of Samsung to make the Galaxy S10 oriented to work with decentralized applications. It is also likely that Bitcoin support will still be added in the Galaxy S10 over time, whether it will be through Samsung's own wallet or a third-party solution. As one of the IT experts noted earlier, the Exynos 9820 chip supporting the technology of a physically enclosed function in a smartphone means that at the hardware level, the device is excellent for storing cryptocurrencies. The court gave QuadrigaCX an additional 45 days to search for cryptocurrency assets. A Canadian court granted QuadrigaCX an additional 45 days to search for missing cryptocurrency assets. The report says Judge Michael Wood was satisfied with the measures taken during the 30-day deferral of creditors' claims and extended it by 45 days. The next hearing on the case of a crypto exchange that owed its customers tens of millions of dollars should be held on April 18th. As the lawyer from the law firm Stackman Elliott representing the court-appointed controller Ernst Young, Elizabeth Pellan noted the exchange is currently performing data and assets recovery. Therefore, it is advisable not to hinder its activities. Taking into account the lack of necessary qualifications from the widow of former QuadrigaCX owner Jennifer Robertson, the court appointed a director of restructuring who will manage the stock exchange and will cooperate with an auditing firm on the issue of asset recovery. Recently, EY announced the details of the QuadrigaCX financial analysis, reporting that the 6 studied cold wallets of the exchange were empty. Binance will not pay part of the profits to holders of BNB tokens. Binance Changpeng Zhao, the head of the exchange, stressed that the company will not pay part of the profits of the platform to BNB tokens holders due to regulatory restrictions. Changpeng Zhao, on the question of plans to pay part of the platform profits to BNB internal token holders, said that the downsides of such a decision could outweigh the advantages. This will make BNB a security in terms of regulators, and you don't want that, had to respond Zhao. At the moment, the BNB token takes the 8th place in the CoinMarketCap rating. However, until now, there were no questions about the token from the regulators of various countries. But for some reason, head of Binance wants this to continue. Note that the BNB token itself shows excellent results. Cryptocurrency has continued to grow since the beginning of December last year. If that time the token cost $4.79, then at the current moment the BNB rate is $11.52. If you count the price in bitcoins, the token shows even more impressive results and on March 5th reached a record rate. BNB cost 0.00354 BTC. JP Morgan tested the network through one account. After the news that the JP Morgan Transnational Investment Bank launched its own digital currency, JP Morgan Coin (JPM), several questions and answers appeared on the bank's frequently asked questions page. One of them is, how did you test JPM Coin? Umar Farouk, head of Digital Treasury Services, answered it on the official page. We have successfully tested the movement of money between a client's account and JP Morgan using a new technology. This answer can be called basic. It is not too convincing. Meanwhile, users of Reddit, who even hardly call JPM coin cryptocurrency, have already questioned this single testing. Skeptical attitude to the project comes from the disposition of the JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon, in which he criticized the industry of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And oddly enough, after that the bank decided to create its own digital asset. Well-known experts of crypto industry evaluated JPM coin and called it a complete flop. With all its potential abilities, the project does not pose a threat to the current ecosystem of digital currencies. Correct. JPM coin and its near twin, the Petro, lack the predominant source of value that distinguishes cryptocurrencies from bank money: trust minimization. One of the most prominent personas of crypto industry, Nick Szabo, commented. Ethereum-based exchange product started trading on the Swiss stock market SIX. The Swiss stock exchange SIX has listed the exchange-traded product, ETP, pegged to the cryptocurrency Ethereum. ETP is a type of financial instrument based on assets such as commodities or cryptocurrencies and opens up additional possibilities for their circulation on the stock exchange along with securities. On Tuesday, the SIX Group announced the opening of trading on the Ammon Ethereum ETP market, which received the AETH ticker. The annual asset management rate is 2.5%. AETH has become the third cryptocurrency ETP listed on the SIX exchange. At the end of last month, the exchange launched Amun Bitcoin ETP under the ticker ABDC, and in November, Amun Crypto Basket Index ETP under the ticker HODL, which is tied to the 5 largest cryptocurrencies in market capitalization and liquidity. Currently it consists of Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. As the firm explained in November, cryptocurrency ETP do not qualify as collective investment schemes under the Swiss Collective Investment Schemes Act, which frees them from regulation by the Financial Market Supervision Authority, FINMA. Investors, however, refuse to provide guarantees provided by the relevant laws. In February, SIX announced that it would launch its own blockchain platform to optimize trading in the second half of this year. If you want to make money with crypto trading, join Bitseven.com. Link is below. Subscribe to our channel and put like to our video.